the HTML, you can do that there. So you see it's pretty clean code. It's nice. Simple. For those of you who can appreciate it, it's a beautiful thing.
Go ahead and X out of that. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward as far as editing your text goes, but this is probably one of the first things people should do when they get in, right? I mean, while the text is good, you really want to make it your own.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. I mean, if you think about it, if we put an About Us section and it says, you know, this company has been in business for 8 years, and you've only been in business for 5, that's something you probably want to go ahead and update. You want to put in maybe the pictures of the employees if you have that kind of business that really focuses on customer service. And that's really going to be the really easy thing to do because as you saw with Aaron, you just click into it, you highlight it, you change whatever you want. You can also just add an extra paragraph. You hit enter just like you would anywhere else and really make it your own. Okay.
Well, that was all pretty straightforward. So I guess now we wanted to take a look at some of the different maybe options you can do. This is a pretty popular one, adding a Facebook link.
Sure.
Okay. So let's say we want to add it to the homepage, right?
Mm-hmm. You probably want to add it over on the right side underneath that beautiful picture of the cat.
Okay.
You know, just so it's a little out of the way. The sidebar element that Aaron is hovering over is something you're going to see in each of our layouts. Sometimes it'll be on the left, sometimes it'll be on the right. You'll know what the sidebar is by the kind of information that shows in there by default. It's usually going to be your contact information or, like you see here, giving your phone number in case people want to set up appointments. The really nice thing about the sidebar element is it's going to show up on every page of your site. So if you have something like your Facebook link, you want it to show up no matter which page they're on. If somebody's on the contact page, you still want them to be able to add you, become a fan of you on Facebook.
Definitely.
So this is a good place to put that.
Okay. So take a look here. We just click on add, and anytime this goes for anything. Anytime you want to add a new element, you of course click add new element or add anything. And now we're going to get this huge menu. Okay, so can you kind of walk us through the different options that we have here?
This is what we were talking about before as far as the features that are included in that basic package. You're able to put in text boxes. You can see on the home page right now in the background, Aaron's got some things that are what we call image with text, which is a picture that's associated with text to make sure everything's perfectly lined up. You can put photo galleries that people can click through or that will automatically run like a movie. You can upload Flash. You can put in tables if you have maybe some information you want to put out in that format. You can put in contact forms. You can put in a visitor counter if you're interested in that. For what we want to do right now, we're actually going to just go ahead and click on image because at the end of the day, the Facebook logo is an image.
Okay.
And you're going to go ahead and see that there's a couple of options that come up for you. In particular, you get to choose whether you want to upload your own photo, which is what's already showing up there with the browse button you saw from before when you were in the header. And there's also the image library if you have one of the bigger packages that you can sort for the picture.
Okay.
In this case, we want the Facebook logo, not a random picture, so we're going to go ahead and browse that. And Facebook makes this available if you do have a Facebook business page. You can go ahead and get that out of the help menu that they have in there.
Yeah, it's really straightforward.
The official Facebook logo.
Yeah. This one we actually just did a quick search online for Facebook logo, and this badge came up, which I think is pretty self-explanatory also. So I would just click on Browse. I would highlight the item that I want to put in there, and then just click Open. Pretty straightforward. Step 2, upload the image. So now it's actually taking it from my desktop to the cloud.
Yes, it is.
I'd like to throw in some buzzwords there, and now you actually see it showed up.
It's showing up in the preview pane right now,
okay.
The one that you did. And remember, don't X out of it before you hit save. You got to do that. But particularly for this one, since we want to go ahead and make it so that if anybody clicks on that picture, on that image, they'll be able to get to Facebook. You want to go ahead and click on where it says link.
Whoops. Skipped ahead.
Not X out of it. There you go.
So you click on the little
link.
planet right there.
And for this one, you're going to want an external link. For us, it's going to be always facebook.com/1-in-1.
Which you should check out.
And become a fan.
It's awesome. So we would click on that external link and then create link. And that's it. So now you've got an image with a link embedded in it or behind it or in it.
Yes, exactly.
Whatever technical term you want to use.
Yes, it is a clickable link now. Because you've actually put a link on it. As you can see, there's also some options in there if you want to change the alignment, where it's appearing on the page, how big it is, if you want to put a subtitle, which I recommend if you know, you're worried that maybe the pictures are loading a little slow for people, or someone's using a screen reader, you'd want to be able to explain what the picture is.
Okay.
So we got all those options in there. We take care of it for you.
Okay, so I don't want to mess with the size because that's the official size, I think, and then I
Right.
just messed with the alignment and brought it into the middle. Click Save.
Click Save.
Okay. Actually, no, I don't like the way it looks. All right, so I want to change it. Align it left. I'm very picky. There you go.
Perfect.
Okay. Fantastic.
And just to point out, the reason we chose this particular logo is because it is the one that Facebook makes officially available. Some of the other ones you see where their F is in a square are ones that the companies have come up with
Okay,
themselves.
gotcha. All right, so we've linked the Facebook page. What other items did we want to go through?
Well, why don't we go ahead and click on that image with text just so people can kind of get a glimpse of what that looks like. Because we've seen the picture editing, we've seen the text editing. What happens when they're both together? And so you can see in the preview pane, you see the text on the left, the pictures on the right. You've got two different tabs there. The first one's going to default to edit text. That's where you would change any of the words that you need to change. The other one's going to be to edit the image, and that's where you change your images.
Okay.
So it's separate, but it's still kind of together. And you can see on the edit image side, you're actually going to be able to change the alignment, like Aaron just did for the Facebook logo.
Okay.
So let's say you don't want the cat on the right. You like the cat meowing to be on the left. Ta-da!
Just like that.
Yep, as long as you hit save.
Okay. So that's going to go there. And did we want to go into the image library a little bit, too, to take a look at that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. So if you did have the, it's the middle package, right?
Right, the plus packages,
Plus
the plus
package.
add-on, and the advanced add-on are going to be able to get you access to that image library.
Okay, so you're going to click on image library, and now we can see there's a lot of images that are automatically brought up, right?
Right, actually you can see this, there's 12,000 right now coming in by default down there in the corner. The really nice thing about this, what I like, is there's actually a search bar that's in there. So you'll be able to put in the term, like if you're looking for a kitten or a cat or a dog or a puppy or a bird or a turtle.
Well, let's do dog.
Dog, okay.
Put in dog, click on OK. You can see it's loading right now, and it might take a couple seconds, but what it's going to do is it's going to pull up anything with the word dog in it, right?
Anything that's got a dog, tag attached to it.
Exactly.
That hurt.
Oh, dog tag. Nice. Didn't catch that.
And the nice thing about this, too, is you have the option of looking for real photos, or you can look for illustrations. Illustrations is going to be more like clip art.
Okay.
So you can decide kind of the vibe of your page from there.
But as you can see, it pulled up some stuff that has pictures of hot dogs.
Yes, it did, because it was not as specific as it could be.
Okay, so if you wanted something more specific, you could put that in. You can use all the different search terms, whatever you want to use.
Sure.
Search keys. Okay, so, and, well, this is pretty interesting.
For example, you could put in brown dog, if you wanted a brown dog, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to give an example.
But it's pretty cool because this pulled up 30,000 images, right? So there are a lot of images out there.
There are.
And some of them are free, some of them you have to pay a little bit more for, right?
When you're getting the image library, a good majority are going to be free. There are going to be some in there, like if you want to go ahead and search for doghouse, there are going to be some in there that are actually images that are not included for free, but that through the partnership we have with iStock Photo, you can purchase from us, and it will give you an exclusive web license to use it on your website. It's at a rate that's cheaper than you're going to find, and it also takes care of you having to go outside of the company and finding another vendor. We're kind of taking care of that relationship for you.
Yeah.
You're going to know those pictures by the little yellow circle that appeared there.
Okay, gotcha. But if you're searching for basic stuff, there's going to be a lot of content in there for you to get for free.
Sure,
Okay,
exactly.
Great. And you can see that if you hover over it, there's also a little bit, little highlight of the photo real quick too. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes left now. We're gonna take some of your websites. If you want to go ahead and put in your domain names, if you have a MyBusiness site, into the question box, we'll print some of those off and start taking a look at some of them, and your questions also. But is there anything else you wanted to cover? Some basic changes? Anything else you think a beginner should know as soon as they get started?
I think one of the first things you want to do, Aaron, if we have the time for it while we're getting those questions in and the links, go ahead and close out of that one. We don't want to save that for now. If you go up to the top, or actually to your navigation, and you see that there's two in there called How to Find Us and Contact Us. Those are going to be in every My Business Site package, regardless of which business that you choose. How to Find Us is going to always have a Google map, which I think is a really cool thing. You can go in and change the address. It's going to, by default, show the address you entered during the process. You can click into it at any time while you're in edit mode and change it. You can decide whether you want to enable route planning and directions. There's a little check mark you would do. So people can actually use it immediately to find, how to get to how to get to your store from where they are.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I think it's a really nice feature. So go in, make sure that that's all set up the way that you want. The other one you really want to look at is the contact us page.
Okay.
We've got some default text in there. It's going to show the basic information about your company, how to get in touch with you. Make sure your most current phone numbers are on there. If you've got multiple phone numbers, you want to add in your fax. You didn't put it in during the order process because you didn't have it ready. You're also going to want to go ahead and update your email address. Let's say that your free emails that are included with your package, you set up contact at MrWigglesPetGrooming.com. You set up support at MrWigglesPetGrooming.com so that you can really filter in where those emails are going. And that contact form you see there, giving people the opportunity to put in information, that's also something you can edit. There's multiple different things you can use in there, and you want to make sure that that email address that's on there is actually the one you want receiving anything people put in that contact form. So I highly recommend you customize that when you first log in.
And this is interesting too. This kind of brings us to the last poll of the day before we get started with the question and answer segment. Is what type of email are you currently using? So we've got a couple different choices up there. Are you using a free mailer or other webmail service? Are you using something that has to do with maybe your provider that you currently use for internet or DSL and broadband or whatever it might be, or is it an email that's associated with your web address? So we'll take a look. Looks like we've got a few people that have responded. We'll wait for a couple more people to kind of filter in there, and we'll go ahead and close this out. And taking a look at the results, you can see there's still a lot of people that are using a Gmail account or a Verizon or Comcast account, right? While that's okay, it does the minimum when you have somebody that you're giving a business card to. It just might not look as professional, right?
A really nice way to look at it is, and for those of you who have your email associated with your own web address know this, is you've got Aaron at MrWigglesPetGrooming.com. Anytime an email comes in from Aaron at MrWigglesPetGrooming.com, that recipient immediately remembers the name of your company and they remember the name of your website. If your email address you're using for your business has Verizon or Comcast or Gmail in it, who are you really advertising for?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So just think about that.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. It's definitely a lot more professional when you do have your web address in there, and these are all included with the My Business Site packages.
Right. You'll actually get 250 free email addresses.
Wow.
That you can set up if you can come up with that many different aliases. Yes. Like I said, we try to make it so that everything's taken care of and you don't have to stress about how many email addresses you set up.
Yeah, and if you use all 250, I'll buy you lunch. All right, so let's get to some of the questions and answers now. Just go, oops, sorry about that. Let me pull the PowerPoint back up here. So just going through the slideshow here very quickly. We talked about most of this stuff, the email marketing tool. The SEO Ready service, we can talk about this pretty briefly, but basically what this is in the advanced package, the highest end package. This is what you're going to receive to help you get your website optimized for search engines. So most people, when they go online, they're going to go to Google or wherever it might be, typical search engine, and they're going to type in a term. You want to make sure that your website's showing up for that term. If it's pet grooming in Wayne, PA, this service is going to optimize your site so that you can show up directly in that search, and hopefully you'll get more customers, you'll get more visitors to your website. So SEO Ready service, I think it's a great service, and it's really going to help you kind of guide your way through the search engine optimization system here. So taking a look at some of the packages, once again, that we have available, we talked a lot about them today, but just to kind of recap, the Basic, Plus, and Advanced. Basic, very straightforward. It's going to have your template, your domain, everything's included in it. It's like a website in a box. The Plus package, a little bit of an upgrade. I think the two biggest things you get, and which are great values for your money, is the image library and also the email marketing tool. And then finally, the My Business Site Advanced, $29.99 per month, and you're going to get that SEO Ready service directly included in that. All right, so what we're going to do now is kind of go through some of these My Business Site examples, and Sandy will just go ahead and read some of these off to me.
The first one I've got here is gbbcc.com.
gbbcc.com. Okay, great. All right, and I've actually seen the site before. This, I'm not sure if it's a My Business site. I don't think it is. But
Can you scroll down to the bottom on that one?
Yeah. Okay.